If you're looking to buy a house, you might find yourself wondering what is going on in today's market, right? You've been getting mixed signals for the last 9 months. You've been seeing headlines that talk about how house prices have dropped the most since post-World War II. Now you hear about bank shutdowns. And then you get into the market and you start looking to buy a house in Northern Virginia and you notice that prices are not lowering at all. And we are actually back to seeing multiple offers on nice listings. So, what is going on? That is the question. Hi, my name is Sean Derrick. I am a local real estate agent here in Northern Virginia. My team and I have helped over 2,000 families buy and sell in Northern Virginia, which allows us the opportunity to follow the market closely. So today, I want to help you know the right expectations for the current real estate market. Let's talk about the interest rates. Now, the interest rates have been on the move. If you remember back in 2022 in October, they hit the 7%. And then they dropped back down actually in February for a short amount of time. Actually, they hit the high fives and everybody was super excited. Though currently they're back up and they're hovering around the 6 3/4. Now, you would assume that when interest rates increase, that home prices would lower. And to be fair, they actually did for a moment last fall. But after that immediate market correction, the assumption was that if the interest rates stayed high, that prices again would continue to decrease. Now here's why that assumption is not a bad one. It's because every 1% the interest rate increases, it decreases a buyer's buying power by 10%. So if you can afford a $500,000 house and the interest rate increases by 1%, now you can afford a $450,000 house for the same mortgage. So since you and I know that the interest rates have increased now 2%, that would then mean, right, for affordability, you can afford a $400,000 house for the same mortgage. And logic would then say that prices would lower because the person who wants to buy the $500,000 house still wants the $500,000 house. So sellers would have to lower their prices in order to attract buyers, though that reality has not been happening. Because prices have not only maintained, they've actually increased. So I want to be able to share with you why I believe that is happening, though first I want you to have a feel for where we are in the current market. So in 2022, homes appreciated 5.5% year over year. The CoreLogic's home price index actually states that homes are going to appreciate 3.1% from January of 2023 through January of 2024. Now, I have already seen this happening in the Northern Virginia market. It's a far cry from the 20% decrease in value that a lot of the mainstream news folks have been saying. So one, we saw again the 5.5 last year, and then we're anticipating potentially another 3.1 this year. So here's an investment tip. If you put 10% down payment on a $500,000 house, you're going to have a gain of $15,500 as long as it does appreciate 3.1%. That is 31% return on your investment, folks. Real estate is still a very good place to invest, even in what might feel like a strange market due to the interest rates. Well, homes are still appreciating, which is pretty awesome. So why is the market on such an upswing when the interest rates may actually continue to climb to really curb the inflation? Well, here's one of the reasons. One of the reasons is simply because of low inventory. You know, supply and demand is the primary driving force on prices, right? Interest rates actually is not the primary driving force. Supply and demand is. And y'all, inventory is so low. In the last 9 months, to give you a feel, 404 homes sold a month in the Fredericksburg greater area. And right now, there is 376 houses on the market. That's less than 1 month of inventory, meaning it would take 3.5 weeks. If everything that's on the market right now sold, it would take 3.5 weeks. and then there'd be 0 homes on the market. That's called a seller's market. Anywhere between 1 to 3 months of inventory is actually a seller's market. So we have a ways to go for inventory to actually to increase before we start even seeing a neutral market, and definitely before we start seeing a strong buyer's market. So that's one of the reasons why prices have not lowered substantially. Listen to what Selma Help said. She is the chief economist of CoreLogic. Said strong income growth are expected to boost affordability, which is particularly important for first-time buyers. This group has accounted for a higher share of mortgage applications since last summer, and as first-time home buyers don't need to surrender an extremely low mortgage rate like current homeowners. Y'all, did you see what she said? First-time home buyers don't need to surrender an extremely low mortgage rate like current homeowners. See, right now, 85% of people who own a home right now have less than a 5% interest rate. And that's making them feel stuck in their current house because really they just don't want to sell and have to go pay a higher mortgage because of the interest rate increase. But the reality is buyers still need to buy. There are homes. First-time home buyers are still needing to buy homes. So here is a selling tip if you are thinking about selling. Don't sell. Like if you want to move, don't feel stuck. Just don't sell. You have a double asset at the very moment, meaning you own a home and you own a low interest rate. So rent your house out. Right? Then use the passive income from the rent to offset your new higher mortgage. And then, of course, you allow all the tax benefits of depreciation, and then you allow the renter to pay off your mortgage. Win-wins, okay? Win-wins. That's just a quick selling tip for you. So what all of this is doing in our Northern Virginia market is that prices are maintaining and nice homes are getting multiple offers on them. So if the home is a nice home and priced fair, many of those homes are seeing multiple offers. Because if a buyer has to pay a high mortgage anyway, they sure don't want to have to do work to the home, right? Just makes sense. So let's look at these numbers in the current real estate market. So in the last 3 months, the average price point in the greater Fredericksburg area was $480,000. Now, the average list to close price was 97.4% versus a year ago, it was 99.6%. Now, that might make you think everybody can go buy a house and get 2% off of a house. That's not necessarily the case. Let me share with you this golden nugget, okay? Take a look at this data point from the last 2 months. I think this is fascinating. So all homes in the last 2 months that went under contract and that sold within 0 to 30 days, that means they went under contract within 30 days, the average listed close price on those homes was 100.01%. If a home went under contract within 31 to 60 days, that average listed close price was 96.15%. Then, if the home went under contract between 61 and 90 days, the average close price was 94.5%. 91 to 120 days, it was 91.25%. And then 181 plus days, if it was on the market, it sold 88.2% lower than what they were asking. So if you want a deal, just wait for a home, okay, to increase the days on the market. If you want to sell for top dollar, do everything you can to sell it within those first 30 days. That's so critical. So here's the thing. The average days on the market, if you look at it, is 35 days at the very moment. Though the median, on the other hand, is 12 days. So out of the 423 sold homes, 212 of those sold under 12 days. So over half of the homes selling are actually going under contract within 12 days. So yes, the average days on the market is 35, but again, when over half of them are going under contract within under 12, that shows you the market is moving at a fast speed, faster than what a lot of people actually anticipated. So here's what you need to expect, especially if you are considering purchasing a home in this market. The biggest demand right now are on homes that are very move-in ready. Okay, that is the biggest demand because of the reason why I just mentioned. But here is my tip for you. The real estate market is three things. It is price, its location, and its condition. Now, the way it works is that you get to choose two of those, and the market chooses the third for you. So, for example, if condition and price are most important to you, then you have to allow the market to tell you and to dictate, well, where that house is going to be. So that's why I am here for you, okay? Because I want to help guide you, right, through where you're going to find that home. If your two most important is price and condition, I can help you identify where you find those homes. Though if location and price were most important, then you have to allow the market to dictate the condition of that house. So all in all, the real estate market in Northern Virginia is excellent. It's wonderful for sellers. They're still getting a top dollar, and it's still good for buyers because you're buying in a time when you know that there's still going to be appreciation on that house. So overall, it's still a wonderful time. You just have to sell smart. You gotta buy smart. And that's why I am here, to be able to help you. So if you are relocating to Northern Virginia, it would be a joy to be able to serve you. Love to schedule a phone call. Let's be able to chat. You'll find my information actually down in the bottom of the description. Reach out to me anytime. Love to be able to serve you. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day.